hope you're both very satisfied with the damage you've caused, because you're both grounded!
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 South Park controversies.
Well, I hate to say it, but you all got what you deserve.
For this list, we're looking at times the satirical animated sitcom has courted controversy, touched nerves, and faced backlash. What's your opinion on these? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Ginger Kids. In 2005, South Park aired an episode called Ginger Kids about discrimination against people with red hair.
This disease is called gingivitis, and it occurs because ginger kids have no souls.
When Cartman is tricked into thinking he's become a redhead himself, he leads an uprising.
Just because we have red hair, light skin, and freckles, we're thought of as somehow less important, and it's bullcrap!
The episode has been blamed for the creation of Kick a Ginger Day in 2008, which led to schoolyard violence in several countries. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police even investigated one incident as a hate crime.
This is getting pretty ugly, Tom!
Ed Sheeran criticized the episode, saying it, quote, ruined his life by popularizing discriminatory attitudes against redheads in the United States. Number 19. Indiana Jones. In the spring of 2008, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was released to poor fan reception.
Whoa.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone took to South Park to express that disappointment in the most vulgar manner possible.
But I can't let Spielberg and Lucas get away with it. Not this time. Even if I have to do it alone.
Visualizing the idea that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg violated the character, the episode contains graphic, detailed scenes of the filmmakers assaulting everyone's favorite archaeologist.
Well, Indiana Jones. You're looking nice.
The scenes parody the likes of Boys Don't Cry and Deliverance, but some viewers felt pretty sickened.
This river only runs one way, Captain. Haven't you heard?
Naturally, the episode generated considerable controversy, with both detractors and defenders. Number 18. Moscow versus South Park. Back in 2008, Moscow prosecutors attempted to ban South Park in response to complaints that it insults religious believers.
I'm Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. Season's greetings to all of you.
The Russian Union of Christians of Evangelical Faith singled out the episode Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics as particularly offensive. In Russia, South Park is distributed on the Cartoon Network 2x2, alongside The Simpsons and Family Guy. Prosecutors attempted to revoke the network's license, claiming that these shows, quote, propagandize violence, cruelty, pornography, and antisocial behavior.
I'd say my Christmas special is going super fantastic.
Ironically, they hoped to replace the cartoons with actual propaganda that would teach children about patriotism instead. Number 17. Jennifer Lopez. South Park is certainly no stranger to making fun of celebrities. It's part of the show's bread and butter, and Hollywood has just gotten used to it over the years. However, some celebrities take it in stride more than others.
Miss Lopez, come on out here.
Hello.
Back in 2003, South Park aired an episode called Fat Butt and Pancake Head, which poked fun at Jennifer Lopez.
Okay, what smart-mouth little punk-ass bitch has been saying they're the new Jennifer Lopez, huh?
According to Trey Parker, some people on Lopez's movie sets began referencing the South Park episode, and it irritated the actress so much that she fired them. Parker later saw Lopez at a party, and she reportedly pushed past him without saying a word.
I'll stop.
You better stop!
Number 16. Felipe Calderon. The episode Pinewood Derby spoofs numerous world leaders, including Felipe Calderon, Mexico's 63rd president. Just a few hours before it was set to air on MTV Latin America, the network decided not to broadcast it.
One of your poor countries, Mexico, has built 32 new hospitals and 7 water parks in the last 4 days.
According to them, the producers did not get permission to broadcast the Mexican flag on television, which supposedly went against regulation. However, this explanation was met with widespread skepticism.
All of us other countries chipped in and gave Mexico some aid. Yeah, they really needed new water parks.
In reality, the episode was likely pulled because it negatively depicted the country's president and would have ruffled feathers at the Ministry of the Interior.
Hey, Mexico! We said no spending the space cash yet! What the hell are you doing?
It was broadcast a few months later, with permission from the ministry.
That's it. We're done.
Number 15, South Park at the Oscars. When South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was nominated for the Best Original Song at the 72nd Academy Awards, ABC had a problem on their hands. The song Blame Canada includes profanity, so ABC requested that the lyrics be altered to comply with the network's standards and practices.
Blame Canada! Blame Canada! It seems that everything's gone wrong since Canada came along.
Songwriters Trey Parker and Mark Shaman declined, but fortunately, the performers found a clever compromise. When the lyrics called for profanity, Robin Williams turned his back and the other performers gasped. The missing word was obvious, and no one dropped an F-bomb at the Oscars.
Before somebody thinks of blaming us.
Number 14, South Park, The Stick of Truth. Even in video game form, South Park can't help but stir up controversy.
Whomever controls the stick controls the universe.
The RPG South Park The Stick of Truth was published by Ubisoft, who voluntarily censored the game in the European market without direction from the ratings board. Ubisoft removed scenes depicting an anal probe and an abortion, as well as Nazi imagery, which is illegal in Germany.
Careful, douchebag. That guy's ready for your arrows now. You gotta try something else.
In place of the missing scenes, there was a mocking title card that explained them in graphic detail.
Don't gaze at it too long, for its power is too much for mere mortals to look at.
Parker and Stone were reportedly unhappy that content had been cut and made the title cards to push back against censorship.
Oh my god! Defensive positions!
Number 13, Garrison on refugees. In November of 2015, Paris suffered horrific attacks, for which ISIS claimed responsibility. The revelation that some of the attackers had entered Europe from Syria contributed to a surge in anti-refugee rhetoric.
Many voters believe that Syrian refugees should not be allowed into our country for security reasons. What do you think?
Just a few days after the attacks, the South Park episode's sponsored content had Garrison label Syrian refugees terrorists and call for violence against them. As a result, this scene was removed when the episode aired on Comedy Central in the Netherlands. However, the full and uncensored episode was made available on the official South Park website. Number 12, Climate Change Denialism. In 2006, South Park aired a particularly controversial episode called Man Bear Pig. It features Al Gore warning about a monster called Man Bear Pig, who serves as a metaphor for climate change.
There is something out there which threatens our very existence, and may be the end to the human race as we know it.
The episode was released around the time of Gore's famous documentary An Inconvenient Truth, which Parker and Stone were skeptical about.
Why won't anybody listen to me? Man Bear Pig is in there, and we have to kill him while we all have the chance on cereal!
The episode is dismissive of climate change and the science behind it. 12 years later, Parker and Stone acknowledge their mistake in the episode Time to Get Cereal by making Man Bear Pig very much real.
We were warned about this. That weirdo guy who came and told us this would happen, he was right.
Number 11, Proper Condom Use. Perhaps unsurprisingly, an episode with this title caused a lot of headaches for broadcasters. In this one, the boys of South Park take poorly taught sex ed classes.
We're excited. Yeah, we think it's gonna be fun.
The episode contains a lot of graphic imagery, both of the sexual and violent variety. Said imagery is shocking now, never mind back in 2001. The British channel Sky One cut the episode from its rotation, and Comedy Central asked Parker and Stone to censor a particularly graphic scene involving Garrison.
Oh, is this wrong? I don't know. It doesn't feel wrong.
The episode aired without cuts, but later broadcasts were censored, and it's this censored version that appears on the Season 5 DVD.
But if you leave it up to the schools to teach sex to kids, you don't know who they're learning it from. It could be someone who doesn't know.
Number 10, ridiculing Chinese censorship.
Oh, and then Kenny learned to play bass watching YouTube videos of John Lennon with the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, no, we don't want to go there. Talking about the Dalai Lama doesn't go over well with the Chinese.
The what?
On October 2nd, 2019, South Park aired Banned in China, an episode that viciously satirized Chinese censorship and the ways in which the entertainment industry bends to their demands. American audiences loved it, as it wonderfully critiqued both the Chinese censorship laws and the compromised state of American entertainment. Chinese audiences, not so much.
Some people said Pooh looked like the Chinese president, so we're illegal in China now.
Jesus, what kind of madhouse is this?
China essentially scrubbed South Park from existence, removing every episode from its streaming services, every clip from the internet, and every fan site or social media page dedicated to discussing the series.
I can't stand my dad anymore, and if I want to do death metal, I can. It's a free country.
Cut. Kids, let's not say anything about this being a free country.
Oh, come on.
Hey, these guys were nice enough to come all the way from China to help us with our standards. We can at least listen to their notes.
In true South Park fashion, Trey Parker and Matt Stone issued a faux apology, writing, quote, "Like the NBA, we welcome the Chinese censors into our homes and into our hearts. We too love money more than freedom and democracy." Number 9, excessive use of profanity.
I was just watching the TV. They had this commercial. So guess what they're gonna say tonight on that show Cop Drama? What? No, come on, guess. They're gonna say something that's never been said on television.
If you think South Park is controversial now, you should have seen it in the early 2000s. You couldn't go 10 minutes without someone calling it the bane of Western civilization. Back then, people were incensed that the show contained profanity.
Oh, I bet this is it. Here it comes.
I'm doing my job, Frank. We have to know where that evidence was shipped.
Oh, was that it? Was that it?
Shipped. He said shipped.
I told you we don't have a record of that.
But it wasn't just South Park. The show Chicago Hope also generated significant media attention around a character uttering the phrase "shit happens." To combat this, South Park co-creator Trey Parker wrote It Hits the Fan, an episode where the same swear word from that phrase is said and written a total of 200 times.
You know, that word's getting kind of old. It's not really funny anymore.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come up with a new swear word soon.
This equates to the word being said or written every 8 seconds. Surprisingly, the episode itself didn't stir up much controversy, aside from the 5,000-odd emails that were sent to Comedy Central. Number 8, portrayal of Mormonism.
All right, kids, now how about we do some scripture readings from the Book of Mormon?
All right! Ow! The Book of Mormon? What's that?
The season 7 episode all about Mormons concerns a Mormon family moving into South Park and swaying the marshes with their religion. The episode obviously touches on a lot of important facets relating to Mormonism, including the Book of Mormon, family home evening, the story of founder Joseph Smith, and the golden plates.
I have, in my possession, an ancient book written on gold plates that tells of Jesus Christ's second coming, here, in America.
In America? Really? That sounds kind of...
Dum 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 dum.
Parker concedes that he found the episode difficult to write, as most of the Mormons he knew were friendly and good-natured people.
How come you want to fight me? Oh, I get it. I'm the new kid. Yeah, I guess maybe I deserve it. Huh? It's really tough being in a totally new place, but I think all you guys are really cool, so I understand if there's initiation rites.
Dude, stop it.
The LDS Church stated that although the episode did not hamper their growth, they did admit that, quote, individual church members felt uncomfortable over the gross portrayal of church history.
And so Joseph Smith put his head into a hat and read to me what the golden plate said. I wrote it all down and we're gonna publish it into a book.
Martin, how do you know he isn't just making stuff up and pretending he's translating off golden plates?
Number 7, the Steve Irwin cameo. On September 4th, 2006, Steve Irwin tragically died after a stingray attack. On October 25th, just 7 weeks after the tragedy, Irwin appeared in the episode Hell on Earth 2006.
Hey, Satan, you got a little problem.
What?
Somebody showed up in a crocodile hunter costume. It's really offending some of the other guests.
In the episode, Irwin can be seen at Satan's party with a stingray protruding from a bloody chest wound.
Hey, hi, listen, dude. You know, the whole crocodile hunter thing, it's just a little soon, you know? I mean, he just died a few weeks ago, and it's just not super cool. You gotta leave.
But it's me, Satan, Steve Irwin.
This spurred a lot of vocal controversy, particularly from the Irwin family. A friend of Irwin's widow released a statement saying, quote, Terry is devastated Steve is being mocked in such a cruel way. Her worry is that their children, Bindi and Bob, will see it and break down. Many voiced their criticism, believing the episode to be distasteful. On the other hand, Trey Parker and Matt Stone were surprised the cameo caused so much controversy, believing that they've done things on the show that were far more offensive.
Now I will take charge of Halloween and call upon the spirits of hell's most evil souls. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
Number 6, sex education.
Okay, boys, this is the first day of sexual education. Okay, now, I know that some of you think this is very funny. Words like penis and vagina. Now stop that, okay?
This season 5 episode serves as a satire on sex education in schools.
That's what it's called when you milk a dog, beating it off. Don't you guys know anything?
The episode contains many problematic and graphic scenes. Needless to say, the episode generated some significant criticism from censorship boards. Australian channels gave the episode an MA rating and aired it in a later time slot, while the British channel Sky One refused to air the episode altogether. Subsequent rebroadcasts and the DVD version are both edited, and the episode has never been aired in syndication.
Just walk away. You can put a stop to all this. Just walk away, and we will spare your lives. Just walk away.
Number 5. The Curious Departure of Isaac Hayes.
You guys! Chef is going away. Going away? For how long? Forever.
Isaac Hayes voiced Chef for nearly 10 years before randomly quitting in March of 2006. According to the press release made in his name, he left the show due to their supposed, quote, intolerance and bigotry towards religious beliefs.
Goodbye, Chef. Have a great time with the Super Adventure Club.
Goodbye.
Parker and Stone found his departure suspicious and argued that Hayes was a hypocrite, as he only showed contention with the show when it made fun of his own religion, Scientology.
Hello, I'm Dr. Neeland. What can I do for you today?
Hi, our friend has been brainwashed by some fruity little club.
Brainwashed?
However, reports began to emerge indicating that the statement was likely made and concocted by someone else. This was later confirmed by Hayes' son, Isaac Hayes III. According to him, his father's fellow Scientologists had released the statement under his name after he had suffered a debilitating stroke. Number 4. Racial slurs. On November 17, 2006, Michael Richards effectively tarnished his legacy through a vile and racist rant at Hollywood's Laugh Factory.
Huh? That's the guy from Seinfeld used the N-word a whole bunch of times.
Michael Richards?
This inspired Parker and Stone to write With Apologies to Jesse Jackson, an episode exploring the societal implications of the N-word.
Dude, Jesse Jackson said it's okay.
Jesse Jackson is not the emperor of black people.
He told my dad he was.
The episode contained 43 uncensored uses of the word, but despite that, it received very little media attention. In fact, it was even praised for both its humor and relevance in society. Ironically, this lack of controversy stirred some controversy, particularly from the Parents Television Council, a conservative advocacy group. According to its founder, the lack of media attention was hypocritical, as other people, specifically radio host Don Imus, had been criticized for using similar racist language in the past. However, his controversy is nowhere near as awkward or embarrassing as Randy's.
Huh? Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers.
Number 3. The Virgin Mary statue.
What seems to be the officer problem?
Sir, why don't you step out of the car for me?
This episode sees the citizens of South Park flocking to a statue of the Virgin Mary that shoots a substantial amount of blood from its rectum, which they believe contains healing powers.
As news of the miracle spreads, hundreds are expected to show up here at the church, hoping to witness the miracle and even cure their diseases.
When Pope Benedict XVI investigates the statue, he discovers that the blood actually emits from the vagina, which negates its healing potential.
After witnessing the phenomenon firsthand, the Pope then cleaned himself off and then declared that the bleeding Virgin Mary statue is not a miracle. What?
As you can imagine, numerous groups took issue with the Virgin Mary spraying vaginal blood on people. The Catholic League attempted to have the episode erased, and religious groups in New Zealand tried to prevent it from airing in their country. Notable religious figures voiced their concern, including Archbishop Dennis Hart and Bishop William Skilstad, who claimed that Comedy Central showed extreme insensitivity by airing the episode. Number 2. Closet Gate.
Xenu thought his galaxy was overpopulated, and so he rounded up countless aliens from all different planets, and then had those aliens frozen.
The Season 9 episode Trapped in the Closet takes substantial shots at the religion of Scientology and its famous members. This resulted in an enormous amount of backlash, including what was then termed Closet Gate. Comedy Central suspiciously canceled a rebroadcast of the episode in March 2006, and many people suspected the involvement of Tom Cruise.
I'm nothing.
I'm a failure in the eyes of the prophet! Ah!
Hey! Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Go away!
Cruise was promoting Mission Impossible 3 at the time, and Comedy Central's parent company Viacom also owns Paramount Pictures. According to the theory, Cruise refused to promote the movie unless the episode was pulled, and Viacom relented.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz, come out of the closet.
No,
Come on, Mr. Cruz, this is ridiculous.
I'm never coming out.
While Cruise denied the allegations, the incident caused some major animosity between Parker and Stone and Comedy Central.
We've just had an incredible development here, Mitch. Tom Cruise, John Travolta, and R. Kelly have all come out of the closet.
So you're not the prophet, huh? You made me look stupid. I'm gonna sue you too.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Muhammad.
It's just that there's somebody I've always wanted to meet, face to face. If you could get him to show up in your town.
Sure, who is it? We can get anybody for you.
Muhammad, the prophet of the Muslim faith.
That's tricky.
200 and 201 aren't just the most controversial episodes of South Park, but each has a case for being the most controversial episodes in television history. After the airing of 200, Parker and Stone received open death threats from a radical Muslim organization due to the episode's depiction of Muhammad.
Yeah, showing an image of him is completely off limits and censored, so nobody has ever seen what Muhammad looks like.
As a result, Comedy Central heavily censored the ending of 201, wherein Kyle gives a satirical speech about the effectiveness of violent threats.
You see, I learned something today. Throughout this whole ordeal, we've all wanted to show things that we weren't allowed to show. But it wasn't because of some magic goo. It was because of the magical power of threatening people with violence.
The network then became the subject of controversy. Not only did they ironically nullify and directly contradict the speech's theme by censoring the episode, but they proved that violent threats actually work. Critics suggested that the act of cowardly caving to demands would only encourage similar violent behavior from radical organizations. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.